Bacon, it's old Better Bacon, Mrs. Farmer John's neck. Better Bacon cornstalk.
Alex has been sitting in his bathroom for so long.
He's waiting for the entrance. Are we live, Nikos? Bacon, it's old Better Bacon, Mrs. Farmer John's.
Yeah, you were live like 5 minutes ago.
Welcome to Farmer John's.
Chat.
Okay, now it's all live. Just kidding.
Welcome to the Lobby Talk podcast for the 20th of January, 2019. My name is Aaron.
Hey, my name is Danon.
Better Bacon cornstalk.
Alex has been sitting in his.
Andre, it was supposed to be you.
Oh.
You choked. Bro, no.
My name is Neox.
Oh, Jesus.
My name's Farmer John. I have corn shuck and chat.
And my name is the Gamer Alex.
Oh, the gamer
Alex. Let's go.
Man, a
Man.
true
What a legend.
gamer of culture. That's what to say.
Wow.
I'm ready.
You
Ready for in-depth discussions on our so a little backstory. This has been a long time in the making. I mean, it's already been made technically once. The Lobby Talk podcast, episode 1 or episode 0, which has been lost to the mist of times. First aired December something 2016, 2017. And in that episode we kind of talked about our games of the year and what we enjoyed like playing that previous year. So I thought we could probably we all thought we could probably start with that this episode, because maybe this will just be an annual thing. We'll do it once a year, every year, and just do our game of the years. So it's kind of late for that because we're almost a month into the new year, so it's kind of whatever. But what games? All right, I'm gonna just pass the ball. Let's see, Alex, what have you been enjoying? What did you enjoy? What games, like top 5, if you had to pick, if you even played that many last year? Like, what were your favorite games of 2018? Listen, just what game or what what games?
Destiny 2.
Oh yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Destiny 2.
go.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh dang, it's a curveball.
What a diverse.
I mean, so yeah, like how many hours do you think you've put into Destiny 2, or do you know? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't swear.
yeah, I'm pretty.
Are we swearing or no?
I don't care.
mean,
it's on an
I don't
SCW,
give-
so you can swear all you want.
I don't give a
I don't
rat's
care.
hoot.
Oh, motherfucker. I mean, I think I have at least over. I know I have 99 days in Destiny 1. I don't know how many days in Destiny.
Wow, you have 99 days in Destiny. Do you ever go back to Destiny, or is Destiny 2? Does that scratch the Destiny itch?
It does.
It's fine. It's fine. And do you think you've put? At least almost as much, or like have you done about half? Do you think of Destiny? The position, the angle I'm looking at you, Alex, is very intimidating. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But do you think you've put in at least half of like that time into Destiny 2, or have you not really? Is there not enough content out?
Well, I'd say granted because I've been playing it for 2014 for like 5 years now.
Yeah,
Jesus. That's a long time.
that's a bit of a.
No, wait, Destiny came in 2017, right?
What Destiny was 20? I mean, it was a year,
It was
2 years
2014,
before
wasn't it?
Overwatch. So like that's how,
It was
because I remember
2014, sure.
how I remember game releases like that sometimes is I know Taco Bell always has a promotion.
Are we a fact checking podcast?
Yeah, we have Google. Might as well not wing it.
Destiny came out September 9th, 2014. I was right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess for authenticity, I got you do my top 5, which I do not. I mean, how many games I played?
What we can do is we can do like everybody does one game until we've gone around a couple times with a few different games as well. If That works.
Yeah,
If I don't want to put you on the spot, Alex, if you want to think about it for a little bit.
Why are you putting me on the spot here?
All right, Danon. Name a game you played a lot. 2018,
Oh, a game I played a lot, or a game
or a game you enjoyed, or a game you bought, or a game,
game
that was
I
new to
enjoyed
you.
that I enjoyed with Alex, the gamer. A Way Out, actually,
Oh yeah.
a very fun game that was very kind of unique for as far as couch co-op goes. The developer basically required you to say, "Hey, you got to co-op this game." So much so that when you buy the game, they give you a code to give to someone else so you can play.
Wow.
So
And we were terrible.
we
Rip.
it's a heavily story-driven game. It lasted about, I think, 8 to 9 hours, I would say. We beat it in 2 days because we wanted to rush through it real quick just so we could
Dang.
get it done before our Origin Access subscription ended.
Wow, cheapskate.
Look, man, you gotta make
Yeah,
with
I
what you
mean-
have.
Yeah.
Right?
I would buy the game to support like the developers, but it's EA.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. That's the thing.
Was that by the same developers who did Brothers?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is that the other co-op game where it was like, wow, this is really cool. That's the
Apparently it's
Prison Break.
depressing.
Yeah, Brothers. I think like literally in the first thing, your dad or your mom dies. Someone's dead and your dad's like sick.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
a
sure.
terribly depressing game.
The game A Way Out is pretty good. I enjoyed it up until the very end. I kind of felt like
Really?
I felt like it was pretty obvious what was going to happen at the end.
Are we gonna get into spoiler territory?
No, I won't spoil it, but I
I'll
just
be
feel like it was
honest.
kind of predictable.
I'll be honest, I sort of didn't expect it.
Oh,
So
damn.
I should have.
Well, see, that's I mean that's
felt
a,
like I'm not gonna say it, but anyways, I mean, you work together
I
the
feel like it was
entire
obvious.
game.
I think it was obvious afterwards.
Yeah, I guess after the fact, it's kind of obvious that it was going to happen, but you're so into the story. Like the story was very enjoyable, so you kind of become that character that you are because each of you choose a character. And
that
so
is
you're
kind of
just
cool. And each
that's
character,
me.
it's not like a blank slate. It's like this
Like,
person's
they have a
actual
past, they have a
character.
history, they
Oh,
have
okay,
like,
okay.
chemistry.
Once
So
you.
Wow. All right. Dang, he's in the slammer. Wow, that was very pertinent information.
well, actually,
I'm
okay,
sorry
never
for
mind.
that.
There are twists at the end that I didn't expect. Now I know what you're talking about, Alex. I didn't expect those twists, but
Oh,
Oh,
as far as the gameplay mechanic that happened at the end, I was expecting that. Anyways,
oh.
dang.
other than that,
Fine.
yeah, it was Way Out. Pretty good.
Way out. That's a good
Would
one.
recommend.
All right, Hunter. Pick a game. Pick a game you enjoyed.
A 2018 game.
Yeah, 2000. I mean, it doesn't even have to be new, but it can be a game you enjoyed a lot. Like, I mean, it can be 20 years old. You can pick a game that you replayed this year, or a game that you have been consistently playing, and the reasons
Oh,
why.
now
I don't.
your rules.
What? What else?
Sorry.
Excuse me. This is not your time to talk. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Please don't sit in your intimidating manner again.
Rocket League Omega Lol.
No, I'm sorry, Alex. Please. It's always your turn to talk because that's the nature of a podcast. It was a joke. All right, Hunter.
I'm sorry.
Well-
Alex, come back. I'm sorry. I didn't-
Come sit on your throne, my
Yeah, sit on
child.
your porcelain throne.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, okay. A 2018 game. I don't even remember when I played this year, to be honest. The most memorable game that I played in 2018 was VR Chat.
Oh yeah, well that's a. I
If
mean,
I'm
that
being
is-
honest, that's a 2018 game, and I put 209 hours into it.
Damn.
my
Okay, I
God.
didn't even play that much VR
209.
Chat.
I'm thinking about.
Oh.
Oops. Yikes, 1 second. There we go. I'm thinking about. Okay, so I'm thinking about going back and playing it again because it was just it's such an experience. There's people I met on VR Chat, and I still talk to them to this day, but we don't play VR
Pretty
Chat,
cool.
and
Yeah.
it kind of started a big thing for me. But that's
Yeah.
like it's just like it was just one of those games. It's like it's not a bad game. It was like it's one a different game. It's kind of like, but it was a 2018 game. But of course, I play Rocket League all the freaking time. It's like Well, Rocket League is just one of those games. It's like, well, I can just keep playing it no matter
It's your
what.
go-to. Your
Yeah, I mean that's one you just keep coming back to because when did Rocket
it's
League?
like your grilled cheese sandwich. You just kind of make on a day. You just
Yeah,
make
it's
whenever.
just like that. But then Smash, when I lost my computer, I started. Then Smash Bros became that thing for me. So I'd be like, well, I'm bored. What do I do? Oh, well, I don't have a computer. Well, Smash Bros.
time.
Smash Bros. Or Netflix. That was basically my role. It was after that, but yeah, I don't
Is
remember
that
any
the-
other games I played in 2018 rather than that game and Rocket League. I mean, every other game was probably like a game I played for maybe a couple days. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah,
probably,
I'm trying to think of a lot of new releases that I don't know if it's just because none of these games kind of appeal to us anymore. But like, I remember, I just feels like when I was just a little few years ago, it was like there seemed to be a new game I'd be buying and playing like every month or so. And I know it feels like it's maybe changed a little bit, and I don't know if that's just the state of games or if that's something
I don't
different.
know.
But about Smash Hunter, like what do you like most? Like, is that the most you've used your Switch? Like, is that the most use you've gotten out of your Switch so far?
probably
Is with Smash?
Breath of the
And,
Wild,
like-
probably head to head right now. But I stopped playing Breath of the Wild. I don't know why. And then I was like, I lost because once you're playing Breath of the Wild, you got to keep on playing it to maintain your story. And I stopped playing it for way too long, so I kind of lost my momentum. I had momentum build up because I was like every day I'd get on and I'd be like, well, let's go adventure again. And then I waited way too long and I lost what I did in my brain. So it's kind of
Right.
worthless. So now I have to start over again, but I don't know when that's going to happen.
I feel like that's
Whereas-
a big problem with like a lot of open world games. Actually,
That's true. That's why you can't
Like-
stop playing them.
yeah, exactly. That's why like if I'll play Skyrim and I'll play it for like a month and that's the only game I'll play, or I'll play it for like an hour and I'll quit and I won't play it for another like 4 months, or Fallout, or really any crappy Bethesda open world game. But but you know,
Fallout 76, by the
it's so what?
I said Fallout 76, by the way.
Well, yeah, Fallout 76. By the way, I feel like that is a thing with open world games is either you really invest. I feel like it's one where that you can't really like because you'll lose your kind of your motivation for like because you kind of have your own idea. Oh, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. And I think there might be something cool over here, so I'm going to kind of chart my own course. And if you go away from that for even a week, it'll be kind of like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll just I don't know,
I
restart.
think I like that with Breath of the Wild also, because I got to the very end and every time I go back, I want to do side quests like level up and just get like better armor. But I was like, I can't find this fucking rock. Leave.
Shit, rip.
And I never
Yeah.
did Breath of the Wild.
Well, rip. Rip that, yeah.
because, or like the actual like genuine like open world game I put so much into was Fallout 4.
Mm.
And
And was that. Did you just like the setting of Fallout 4 more than like a fantasy setting like Breath of the Wild, or is it just like
I like
was there
the
a specific reason? The setting, yeah, the post-apocalyptic kind of shoot 'em up.
plus it was okay.
Yeah.
Compared to what's out right.
Yeah, I mean that is a fact. That is a fact. I
Yeah.
mean it's kind of hard to compete with that.
That's true.
What
It's a
about
good
you,
game,
Aaron?
though.
What
Yeah.
about me?
Jeez.
I think a big game that I've been, I mean, it's off and on, but I got back into it. It's actually still technically not out. Slay the Spire. Really, really been enjoying that, seeing the development of that. It's kind of I like the aspect of I guess what, roguelike, but also card game. I really like that. Within Slay the Spire, and what it does is it's pretty interesting because it's obviously it's a deck building game, a PvE deck building game, and I like card games, and I like that kind of. I just like card games. I like the way they're designed a lot of times, and Slay the Spire was really cool because it's also kind of different. It's probably the first early access game I've ever bought so I got to kind of take that journey of with a good early access game. Hopefully, is they started out with the one character and a few cards and this idea, and then it kind of just just like got better and bigger, and I just really enjoyed that whole process. And I think it's pretty close to release. I think it's like a month out for full release now, and they have 3 characters now. They're all really fleshed out. The card system is wonderful. I like the fact that it doesn't annoy me as some other kind of roguelike games like that do, because I always feel like even when you die, you're still gaining something, because the farther you get, the better your next reward will be for, like, so either you unlock all the cards or you unlock all the tiers for that class you're playing as, and then you'll go back, and even if you die, you can still get a really good reward, like, to benefit your next run even better. So, like, which is, I guess, the concept of a roguelike, but just the way it annoys me a lot less when it's implemented this way than like other roguelikes. Like, I don't know, FTL kind of annoys me a lot of times because I just don't feel like it just feels different to me. But yeah, Slay the Spire is definitely probably one of the ones I've been really enjoying the most. Just because it kind of one of those games that's like the perfect storm of 2 things I really like. So
That's
like,
pretty
and a little bit of
is
something
that
new.
card game?
Card games. That's all I play. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, for a while there, I could only do single player games, so that's kind of it's just what I did, single player, and that's it.
Have you heard about Artifacts?
Artifact.
Oh,
True.
Oh, is that a?
Oh,
No, I don't think I have actually.
it's the Dota 2 card game, or the Dota card game, I guess.
Oh, someone was telling me about that. Is that like, it's like what everybody ever since Hearthstone like want to get in with the.
Yeah.
I mean,
except
only one
it's
that-
probably the worst like done version of that.
is it?
model.
It's because
Oh,
Valve
so-
doesn't make games, and they're not used to making games because they just sell
Yeah.
games. So there's probably like 2 people working on it. Because I guess like the way Valve works is you don't really need to.
Yeah, actually, what?
Nope.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
No.
Well, lost.
Hopefully
He'll be
he'll come
back. But what?
Well, I think what he
like-
was gonna say is that Artifact
Mm-hmm.
lost 90% of its player base within
Jeez.
the first. It's only been like 2
That's-
months or 3 months or something.
I was
Wow.
about to say that.
And yeah, so it's just
I didn't know that.
That's how
I didn't even
bad
know.
it's
The thing is, I didn't even know it was out.
well.
So,
there's another problem.
Yeah,
also,
I didn't
you
either.
No,
have to pay for
branding.
everything in that game. So
You
like,
do? What?
It's not
Yeah,
even
and
a
I
free-
think
it
it's
doesn't
like
follow.
That's
I
like
think
a.
it's like $20 to like buy the game, or 30.
Yeah, it's $20. I'm pretty sure to get in the game,
Dang.
just base and get the starter packs.
Dang, and they're still selling like expansions, or they presumably they were
you have
going
to buy every single card pack with real world money because
Mhm.
all of those cards can be sold on the Steam market. So because you can make money from it, you have to buy it with real money.
Oh, I see. I mean,
Yeah,
that's an
it's
interesting. I can see that. That's kind of a cool implementation, of
right?
this
It's an
Steam,
interesting idea, it just
but
didn't
it's
work.
kind of bad execution. Because I mean, think about it. If you're going to play a TCG or like online, there's the Magic the Gathering arena, which is, first of all, I think it's probably, from what I've played, is better than any of the other ones out there. Just first, I mean, it's Magic, which is a really good, fun card game, and the way it's implemented online is really good as well. And it's, or you can have Hearthstone, and that has a huge following. Or there's the Tamriel, the Elder Scrolls one. There's the Gwent. Doesn't Gwent have a actually? You can just play Gwent now, like online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's actually there's a story based one, like a single player story adventure one, and then there's
for
a
Gwent.
PvP one. Yeah,
Yeah, so it feels like there's so many choices where it's like, and the people, I wonder if like the market of people who like Dota, like MOBAs, I wonder how much of a crossover there really is between people who enjoy card games, and if the Dota isn't that big, like, whoa, it's Dota, I'm gonna buy it. Like, no one, unless you like MOBAs.
Yeah,
There's
I
people
don't
who don't even. There's people who like MOBAs who hate Dota because you'll either play League or used to be Heroes of the Storm or whatever. But like, yeah, not anymore.
It's like really ironic. Dota 2 is like free to play, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, their
everything about
spin-off
that game.
card game is
It's
just
hilarious. Yeah,
That is
everything
kinda
is
weird.
almost free in that game. Like all the heroes, you get all the characters, whatever, like immediately. You just play whatever you want. Like, it's crazy. And then Artifact is just nope. Sorry, you got to buy everything.
That's crazy. And the thing is, I didn't know it was out. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I've seen nothing on the Steam store for Artifact.
I actually haven't
They
either,
don't-
to be
They
honest.
don't
I-
have
I
much
haven't
faith in
even-
it, I guess.
That's crazy. But I
Like,
feel like there's just so
grub.
many options.
Yeah.
There's so many options now, especially with card games. That whole explosion, like even if you want something different, like there's you could Slay the Spire or Hand of Fate, which is another really interesting kind of Slay the Spire-esque sort of game, a little bit different. But there's just so many choices when it comes to that I feel like it was just maybe $1 short and a day late, and I feel like a lot of other like the Elder Scrolls one I think came out just barely in time enough, and I guess it has enough of a pull where people are like, wow, it's Elder Scrolls, that's awesome, even though I don't know Bethesda, maybe not anymore, but so that might have had enough of a pull, but I don't know how. That's kind of weird. I didn't know you even had to pay for it. I thought it would be free to play.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Damn. A little yikes.
Yeah, that's a big yikes. Well, any
What would
other
you
games? No, Hunter, go on.
What's the I still think that what was it? For a game that is like has the best what is it? Thinking emoji.
Thinking emoji. It's all G.
Best
Uh,
version, best gameplay, best.
best. Okay, yeah, best game, or you could say, what would be
Mechanics?
a game that has the best community to you guys?
Oh, so like a
Community
game that
focus?
has a great community.
That has a good community.
Yikes! Like no.
There's
game
a
I've
lot of
played.
games
A good
that have
community?
terrible communities.
I could name like 1,000 of those. Undertale, Overwatch. I don't know. I could go on. Hearthstone. Let's see.
Drogat said Warframe. Amp said
Warframe?
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, for good or bad?
Those are
For
good.
good
Oh, yeah.
communities.
Those are
Really?
good
Final
communities.
Fantasy 14 is good
Okay.
community.
Oh.
It's usually
What'd
people
you say,
just
Alex?
don't, I want to trade.
Well, I hear for Ryan. I'm not sure.
Well, would you say Destiny 2 has a good community, Alex?
I would say
I
sometimes.
Got
Sometimes.
him. Never mind, Alex.
So
Uh,
I think Bungie is good at. Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
community.
you know what? I'm just
Well,
gonna say it. Here, I'm gonna say a controversial thing right here, right now. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Bungie is an overrated studio, and people give them too much. They're like, I'm sorry, they're just overrated. All right, I'm just gonna say it right now. I think they make good games. I think they make great games, but people are like, it's Bungie. It's automatically epic. I know, Alex. I'm sorry.
I agree. I think any kind of allegiance to a company like that leads to bad games, bad decisions. in
It's
companies
what
that
happened
they
to
think they're safe.
Bethesda.
And yeah, exactly.
I always
So-
gave Bethesda free pass. I mean, oh, it's Bethesda.
Wanna-
Their games are buggy. It's funny. And it's like, oh, Fallout 76 comes out. It's a
Yeah.
flopping pile of horse shit. And you're like, wow, it sucks. It's because people gave them a free pass.
Oh, leans in.
I don't enjoy Bungie.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I only play Destiny because the mechanics are very fun. The story is.
Is A-okay?
Most of all,
I mean, to be honest, I'm not saying they're a bad studio. I think they're one of the better studios. I was just saying, like, people are like, wow, CD Projekt Red, wow, basically, they're the best, and they never make any mistakes, and they're never terrible. I mean, even they're one of the best companies, but, like, I feel like if you give...
Bungie is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't be a fan of a studio, but I always just hate I think it's just something that annoys me, is when people are like, come on, guys,
Well-
it's Bungie. I'm going to buy the game. of
It's
course."
also the reason I dislike it is because it creates a toxic sort of community because
Mhm.
people are so
Yes.
obsessed with that company that if anybody speaks out against it, it becomes just like they
Yeah.
just start
Yeah,
barking
but
at
that's
you
what
like
just-
just
at this
Arf,
point,
arf.
people are just like, yeah, fuck Bungie. Good names.
Yeah, so it either goes one way where it's like, it's people are like, wow, how dare you ever talk bad? Like, I still see people on, like Instagram or whatever making a post about, wow, listen, guys, Fallout 76 is a good game. Bethesda, they're a great game company. They just, stop. Their game's great, and you're an idiot if you think that Fallout 76 is bad. Or, if anyone has, I just hate it. It's like, because someone has a valid criticism about something, or they're like, well, think about it. They're a corporation, and they really probably don't have your best interest at heart. For the most part, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of good individuals who, make games, but, businesses can all get lost sometimes, and if people have too much blind, like if they're like, wow, come on guys, it's Naughty Dog or it's Bungie or it's whoever, like we can trust them and let's pre-order their game, and then it's a piece of garbage. I don't know, it just seems, and then people get really angry if people have criticisms like, well, I think Destiny 2 is great, I just hate the Brian Engram, like microtransactions, I hate all that, like, but otherwise gameplay, it's all good. And then people be like, well, actually, you see, this is why it's not,
Not these days, compared to how it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be a lot worse.
Stuff.
I'm not saying, but like that was that release, and people were going, it's not that bad,
And,
but then Bungie ended up rolling it back because it obviously was,
Yeah, and
somewhat.
Bungie is at a very important point right now in development and advertising because they just split off from Activision, and right now people are like, "Oh, thank God, Bungie is saved, Destiny is saved, all this stuff." They think they're going to be a better company now. So Bungie has to prove that, because if they don't, then all the stuff prior, like all those people who had negative comments about Bungie, are validated.
Exactly, because you
Because
could just say,
Bungie-
"Hey, it's Activision" or whatever.
Yeah,
And first of
So-
all, Activision's awful.
Turn even
Yes.
turn even worse because they're not gonna have as much money
yes.
because it's going.
It would be
Yeah.
weird if they like went under, or if they like had to get
and
bought back by Activision again.
Well, they're also developing another game for a studio in China. I know that they got like a
Yeah,
$1 million, $2 million contract
Hmm.
to make another game. So
Wow.
That's
we don't know what it is,
interesting.
but yeah, it's probably a mobile game, most likely.
Well,
Probably
of
for
course.
It's a
200
I mean,
Chinese- yeah,
For
2
yeah,
million.
what, $2 million? That's
They're-
nothing.
So they can
Diablo
get money from
Immortal
outside
2.
sources. They just don't have Activision supporting them fully anymore. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Mobile games, yeah. Diablo Immortal 2, and good stuff.
Diablo Immortal, by the way.
I know, it's just I feel like a lot of game series that people have treasured and loved, like, just died the past.
But okay, but Blizzard, the writing has been on the wall for a long time now. Like they
Well,
used
with
to
all
be
the
so
big people
community
leaving.
focused.
Yeah,
And now it's just going away. Like they no
Mhm.
longer. It's so weird. Activision has turned them into a husk of their former selves.
it is really
That-
weird.
When Activision merged with Blizzard, they literally went to Blizzard and just said, "Okay, all you employees, you're gone. Activision, let's go." And then that was Blizzard now, and you can see the shift in their
Mm.
the way BlizzCon is handled, the way their games are handled. It's all different now. Like
Well, yeah,
Diablo has
yeah.
just been forgotten. Diablo 3, nope.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Bye. No, I think you're
Anyway,
totally
let's-
right. When did Activision acquire Blizzard? I don't even know the timeline.
Jesus,
How many years
like-
ago was that?
It was a long time ago.
Was it like
Me
Mr.
too.
Pandaria
What's up, man?
style? Like, when, I'm trying to trace it to a WoW expansion. Because I know Mr. Pandaria was like, or what's the WoW expansion everyone hates? Is that Burning Crusade?
That-
I don't
no.
remember.
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, that's the one.
It was in
Cataclysm.
2007. I was gonna say 9.
I mean, I haven't. So they merged. Activision merged with Blizzard in 2000.
Yeah, so it's not like Bungie where they just publish them. They are a company together. They are
Right.
Oof.
right. Yikes.
It's not like they can just say, "Hey, we're split now." It's not,
Yeah, it's too
like
bad.
it's like Square Enix and SquareSoft. Like they're
Well,
so,
and the fact that I feel like it's been a bit of a slow decline because they had a lot of the old top guys from WoW and the old top guys from the original Blizzard, like the big wigs, the guys who made it. They were still there, but a lot of them have retired. Like I always forget their names, but it was last BlizzCon, the guy, one of the big guys retired.
Mhm.
I mean, Ben Brode left Hearthstone. He's one of the older Warcraft guys. I'm trying to think of a person.
I mean, Jeff Kaplan's still there. He's been.
He's
around
probably
since-
the old. He's probably the
Warcraft.
oldest
Kaplan.
guy. Yeah, Jeff
Yeah.
Kaplan's probably the only guy who's one of the big guys from old Warcraft. I'm trying to think of I don't really know everybody from Blizzard. I mostly know Hearthstone, not a bunch of Warcraft stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, and a bunch of them have retired, and all the people who it sucks that and you can tell Activision doesn't care because Heroes of the Storm had a really good, vibrant community, and I think it was a really good game. I still think it's a good game.
It was
And it's
fun.
just kind of goodbye. Yeah, it was a really fun Blizzard. It was a Blizzard twist on a MOBA where it was just super
It did
super
feel
casual.
like Blizzard. Yeah, Blizzard.
It was
MOBA,
the
for
perfect
sure.
MOBA for me. And even though it definitely had it had some problems, but it was nice and casual, quick games. It was nice, but that you're just oh goodbye. You're not making enough
Just wasn't
money.
making money. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Like, this
Activision
wasn't
said,
important enough.
Bye bye. And you
yeah,
know, which is
Destiny wasn't making enough money. They split up with them. Like
yeah, it's weird.
It's
Oh,
not-
They
kind
only
of-
have Call of Duty.
they have Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
They have
Well, Warcraft
Crash.
is hemorrhaging subscription. World of Warcraft is hemorrhaging subscriptions. Like
I mean, Hearthstone is there. I mean,
it's probably their big cash cow. Overwatch, obviously.
it's
There's still
It's-
tons of people who love Overwatch.
it's also very strange because Blizzard was the company that, like, when you played a game from Blizzard, you knew they would support it for the next like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would stick with it. And
Don't
now
even get that
Activision
feeling.
is deciding, no, we're stopping supporting these games. They're not getting the community that we want,
Hots.
and now you're going to make more games.
Yeah,
Now
I know
Blizzard is-
exactly what Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
Like, bye, everybody, go work on something different. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, that game's been out. That game's been out since like 2013. I don't know. It's just kind of
Oh, rip. Displeasure.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
that is a
wild,
fact.
WoW people. Yep. Yikes. Asmongold. Asmongold doesn't stream WoW anymore. I mean, I think he saw him streaming it. He's like, I thought he stopped streaming it, and then he streamed it for a little bit, and then he went back to playing like other games other than that. So I think he's
There-
kind of done with it until they fix the
Yeah.
game or whatever.
There was a really popular Diablo 3 streamer who just stopped like last month, and he's done with it now. Like, Diablo 3 is.
It's dead.
Yeah.
That's so sad too, because Diablo, like, this is really Diablo 3, really fun. Like, it's a really fun game. And it's just there's not much like. I mean, I'm trying to think what's that knockoff game that tons of people play. It's like a knockoff
Exile?
Path
I
of
don't know if I'd
Exile.
call it.
You know, it's a
Exile is much
knockoff.
more- Okay.
But it's a better
JRPG.
game. It's a better game
It
than
is.
Diablo 3. It's a way
It's a
better game.
Much better.
That's why
game.
it's saying knockoff, but it's a but like
of
with
Exile.
the
This is
Path
the
of
thing.
Exile is so much of a better game. Could you imagine if, like, I don't know, we had another, I don't know, a Diablo that kind of reinvented itself?
See,
that
exactly.
similar
Diablo
way.
3, it was great at the beginning, and then once you got to endgame, there was literally nothing to do. So you were just like, well, I'm done with this game. Path of Exile, there's like a million things to do.
I bet you could spend like 100 lifetimes on that game. I'm convinced with the way the like the what is it? I don't even those orb thing.
The
orbs.
leagues? Are you
Yeah,
talking
like
about Path of Exile
or
leagues?
but just the way you can like do weird shit with your character. Like you can actually
Yeah.
do something that no one else. Like you could do something and figure something out. Like oh, maybe no one's done this before. Maybe
Yes.
it's a crappy idea, but like wow, this could be insane. You know, like that's that kind of thing where it keeps people playing. And it's kind of
Mhm.
amazing. Like it's a really grindy game. I don't think I'd ever play it. I just wouldn't want to put that much time into anything. But like, it's just such a good good game. Just in the way of all the things you can do, all the content, and it's just kind of sad to see, like, you know, Diablo 3 just fall by the wayside and no announcement of
And-
anything new.
The thing that sucks is that Blizzard has been mentioning, we didn't forget about Diablo 3. We didn't forget. They released the Necromancer like years after Diablo 3. Oh, finally, we got a class. Reaper of Souls
Yeah,
came
wasn't
out
that
before
last
Oh, we
last
got an
BlizzCon?
expansion. Yeah, and then before last BlizzCon, they're like, hey, we have a big announcement for Diablo 4, a couple things in the works, get ready. And then Immortal gets announced, and everyone's just like, what happened? What, this is what you guys were working on? Is this what Activision held a
Yeah.
gun to your head and said, hey, you got to make a mobile game that makes money?
I
Make
feel
it
bad.
profitable."
It's exactly what it was. It was some shareholder who's like 95 who doesn't even know what a video game is, probably never even like sat at a computer, was like, you know, I need another $10 billion for my new yacht. And it's like, you better make me a game. And then it's like, okay, let's go make a game. And it's like, you could just tell, I do feel bad because I can tell, like, it's like, oh, it's Diablo Immortal on your phone. Like, imagine having to be the guy who went out and said that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like,
That
they-
sucks to be that person.
Ooh.
And you have to defend it when people like attack it.
Yeah, you can't just be
That
like,
sucks.
I actually think this is a crappy piece of garbage as well. You shouldn't buy it because you don't want to lose your job. But like, I don't know.
They
It'd
also
be
had
rough.
no idea how to defend it. Their defense were terrible. Those were like the worst things you could say, but I don't know how.
Well, or do you not have phones?
Fucking phones.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's so bad. Like,
phones.
how is
Do
that
you
a
not
valid?
have phones?
That's like saying, "Oh, you don't like this new country album that came out? Don't you have ears?" Like,
Yeah,
that
he's
doesn't
like,
make
wow.
Don't you have ears?
Like, well, yeah, I do have ears, but I don't like listening to it. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to play it on my phone because
Yeah.
playing games.
You come here.
Yeah,
You come here with a company that makes games made for PC, and you say,
Mhm.
"How about a mobile game?"
That makes hardcore games.
Yeah. Oof.
PC.
Where's
If
the
they
money
want
going to be
solve-
made?
Yeah, I just don't even know. I don't even
They're
know.
basically betting this. They probably were like, "Well, if the U.S. doesn't get it, other countries will do it."
Yeah,
At
well,
least
China. China. That's the market they're going for
Mhm.
because
Exactly.
everybody in China has a phone. Not everyone there has a computer yet.
People in China.
But like it's an emerging economy, so that's like, oh wow, okay, phone games. That's the next big cash cow from big giant developers. Wasn't there? I mean that's why like Hearthstone, like ooh, that's a big game. That's probably a still huge cash cow for Blizzard because like
Yep.
it's a mobile. I'm sure all those mobile card games, those are just probably huge, big cash cows over in China and perhaps India. Those emerging like markets that are getting the infrastructure and coming online or whatever. It's kind of a weird thing because I'm sure there'll be a shift of where it'll be Western audiences. I mean, you've already seen some of it in movies, but like Western audiences don't have as much control. Like, I mean, which is fine. It's just something different that you won't see. Like, you'll see a lot more companies going to try and capture those other
Yes.
markets.
I mean, look at
And
Ubisoft and Rainbow
Yeah.
Six Siege.
Yeah,
That's true.
where they
Catering
freaking
directly.
censored everything. Yeah,
And then
which
they
is
rolled it
kinda-
back because they realized it was a bad idea. Like that's
Yeah.
like a bad precedent to set. Like, oh yeah, we'll just show China. You know,
this
I mean,
is like it's a great example on how gaming is still like the gaming industry is still very young and still making a lot of mistakes. And at least
Yeah.
some people are learning from them and like trying to fix it. Whereas some companies like EA and Activision are stubborn and are just going to keep trying to push it and force
Yep.
it in to try and get it to work.
loot boxes.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm just trying to think of how many good games. That's okay, and this is a good segue into like Anthem, because Anthem looks exciting, like a new interesting
Looks
IP.
promising.
Looks promising, yeah. Like,
Anthem?
but I'm always
Hold up.
but like, but I'm always so
Anthem's
like you
hard.
look at any game that comes out, like I don't know, the second Shadow of Mordor game. Like the first game was really good, and then they ruined it with microtransactions and garbage and a bunch of other crap that just ruined the game. I could just go on like the Division, all the Ubisoft open world games are just so bland for me, at least. They're just
Yeah.
bland. I'm sorry, Lane.
Towers
They're just bland, boring retreads
with
of
a
the same
million
thing.
things to do that
Million
mean nothing.
Pointless things that are so boring.
Mhm.
Microtransactions.
Hey,
Is Lena?
you got
show
a
me
comment. You got a comment on your Godzilla poster there.
Oh yeah.
It's a nice Godzilla poster, by the way.
Oh yeah.
King of the
Godzilla. It's the Godzilla King of the Monsters. Okay, I like Godzilla. All right. Epic style.
How about
No, but
my back?
Oh yeah, true.
true,
got
true. I also have my Howl's Moving
Punisher.
Castle poster and my Space Cop poster. Okay, but like I'm always sad when a big developer makes a game that could have a lot of potential, and you just know it's going to be ruined. Like I hope Anthem's going to be a good
Andromeda.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Andromeda.
Anthem is being developed by BioWare.
Yeah,
Developed
It's
by BioWare.
a beloved
By
company.
EA. This is like, okay, BioWare does not have the best track record right now, and neither does EA. This
I
is
know.
a highly volatile
Okay.
situation that could very easily
Yeah,
go
trust me,
wrong.
I could like.
Well, and I
could,
wonder-
tell you like, man,
And I just hope it doesn't.
Andromeda.
because Anthem looks
Yeah.
interesting. Like it does
Yes.
look interesting.
It's an awesome concept.
It's a very awesome concept. But like I was playing Mass Effect 2, and that game's a great game. It's just a good game.
It is
But like
great.
you realize, oh, Mass Effect 3 kind of ruins it. And I just see this decline of like
Mhm.
good quality games where it's like, man, remember when you just bought a game and you just played it and it was a game and then you finished it and you were done? You're like, that was nice. And it was-
Well,
it was
Mass
a
Effect
game.
2 had some pretty
No,
bad
but even in
DLC
like you can
practices,
see. I was
like-
gonna say, but even in I was just gonna bring that up. Is in Mass Effect 2, it's like, oh, the Cerberus network or whatever, where it's like,
Yes,
oh, here's 10,000 DLC you can
Mhm.
buy,
Job,
and that's like, that's a terrible like bad thing. You're like, okay, I can kind of ignore that because like it doesn't really affect the game at that much. They take a few characters out that you can they
Yes.
put back in for the DLC.
And in 3, they made it even worse.
Yeah, that's the thing. But so it's like, but it's almost forgivable in 2 if you're like, okay,
Yeah.
they just did this, and this was what games were. Okay, I can deal
So
with it.
this-
But then This is what they do.
Yes,
They
that's the
you give them an
problem.
inch and they take a
And they
mile.
take 'em out. That's why.
And it's just what always happens. So it doesn't matter. Like you go from Mass Effect 1 with like hardly any of that garbage. Mass Effect 2, okay, it's a good game, but wow, there's some weird stuff. Okay, we get it. Games are expensive. You gotta somehow make a profit. Then Mass Effect 3 comes out and you're like, what the fuck? There's literally like, what is this? This is garbage. Like, what a like it just like a whole there wasn't there a whole character, like a whole main character that was DLC for Mass Effect 3.
There's a whole race.
The whole new Protheans or whatever. That's
pivotal.
Oh, really?
Like we're like, what is this? What is happening? How does this work? And like, sorry, you got to pay for it. What?
Yeah, I remember that. That's like what?
The character who was DLC from the first game, and you find him in third, and he's like, "Oh, hey, he's dead. He's dying in front of me." Okay, I didn't even get to say hi. I mean, he's on the floor, dying. Okay, now you're dead. I like it.
It's so weird. And also how they mess up what's her name's face reveal.
And I bet that's EA. Or I bet that's EA saying, "Hey, we need to make money off this game. It's a single player game. We need some other source of income."
I bet you it's always the publisher, because the publisher are the ones who talking to the shareholders, and the shareholders are the people you should really be angry at, because those are the people who go, "We don't care if it's a good game. We just care if it makes money." Like
exactly. So exactly. Developers are just making the game, and then the
developers like, "Wow,
how does it make us money?"
Game. Exactly. The developer's like, okay, we want to make a good game, and we want it to be profitable because we want to eat and we want to have a nice car and a nice house and a retirement, right? Okay, and we like to do what we love, right? So there's that. But like, then you go one step further, where then it's the publisher, and they're like, well, what's better than having some money? Having literally all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do microtransactions, day one, DLC, loot boxes are the new big thing, which is like, I just don't like it, and I don't like the way that games are now, a service where it's like, oh, this is just a thing you can pay into for like 10 years, and then we're just gonna shut it down. And it's not really like, there's no single player, like everything. I like multiplayer games, but there are, I don't know, single player games just. There's something to be said about
how far they can push the consumer to pay. Like, how much can we get them to pay for?
And there's people with a disposable income who their hobby is gaming, and that's fine. Like that's one of my big hobbies. But it's like those people are probably going to spend. They're the people who feed it and don't really care, and they're like, well, we're just gonna. It just kind of sucks. To be honest, just I don't know, just the state of things.
That's why I've been doing the gaming engrams recently, because I didn't want to support.
Not buying anything?
Yeah. And isn't it weird that some of them are like microtransactions to literally skip pieces of the game? It's like, hey, if you buy this, you can like skip large swaths of the game.
That's a perfect example of publishers not understanding what people want, because they want to play the game. I don't want to skip the game.
Yeah, it's like, what? So is your game just not fun to play? Then why am I playing it? Like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. Exactly. I just don't understand. Like, why? Like in the Shadow of Mordor, or even the new Assassin's Creed game, where it's like, wow, it's like.
No, you want to eat something?
Oh. No, I'm okay. But I'll put it back for you.
No,
just because I'm a nice person.
I'm just gonna eat that.
No,
Okay.
Don't eat more disgusting cottage cheese, Danon. No, but it's strange because I don't know, things just get ruined, and it just sucks because in the end, it'll just get worse and worse until you have government regulation, and then that makes everything nobody's happy when that happens, because the government doesn't know what to do with video games, so they're just gonna say something stupid, and then we're gonna have a shitty law that no one's gonna like. So it's a lose-lose for everybody. I don't know.
Yep.
Terrible. Jeez. Anyway, Anthem looks great.
It actually.
I already pre-ordered it.
And maybe it's just because the way people are playing it, the gunplay doesn't seem that fun, but the skills seem very fun. It reminds me of Mass Effect, like all the skills and stuff. At least the storm that I was watching, it looked really fun.
Oh yeah, Tally. They ruined Tally's reveal in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, definitely don't get it right away.
You know what?
And also, Witcher 3. I need to play that.
You're right.
It's a game to watch and see what it looks like. Definitely wait till people get to the end game, because Anthem.
I'm not gonna
need an end game, and then
in order to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, but if there's a story
If
that's
Revenue told me it was educational, it's not. I'm suing.
Or fucking extra.
True.
Mhm.
Video game trailers suck at everything video game related. That is true as
That's what I'm
well.
hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Is that it's just people who don't know, like
video
and
game
because I-
journalists who
yeah,
don't know
I
how
was
to play
watching
games.
people
Yeah,
use the abilities, and it looks like they're on really low cooldowns. You can use them all the time, like, and you can just spam
That's
them,
kind
and
of-
kind of like, so you can like combo them, and it looks really fun. So
That's a
that
big
looks
thing.
cool.
Combo
that's
is
a
a big
good
thing.
point. Though some games journalists don't know how to play video games.
But the people
So,
that
you know.
those were the people that made the game. They were playing the game, but that's not to say that they're all good gamers. They're just people that make
Mm.
games.
Yeah,
But
right.
They played
so
it for
they
a
don't-
while, but like still at the same time, they're not gonna have like you have pro gamers and then you have gamers and then you have bad gamers.
Like I was gonna say, like if someone like me was playing, it would probably look horrible. You'd be like, God, this game sucks. Like to be honest, but like there are people with mediocre skill levels that you don't want showing off your game, obviously, because it'll look the better more skilled the person is. Like, wow, this looks like fun. Oh my God, he's doing so good. You know, if there was kind of someone who kind of sucks like wee, and you're like, wow, this person sucks. This game probably sucks. I'm not playing Cuphead because I don't know how to get over the first stage. Okay?
that's a
Too
good.
hard. Make games easier.
There's a comment here. Someone commented in the chat. You want to sell games? Get a non-gamer to play the game. That's how it is basically.
See, that's how you get the non-gamers to buy it. You get a non-gamer to play it. There you go. Boom.
Normie
Yeah,
purchase.
Get Snoop Dogg to play Battlefield 1.
Send in the
Give him the
normies.
voice. Your kill streak.
Battlefield 1. Oh,
Post
Call of
Malone likes Call of Duty 4. Oh, wow, I'm going to buy it now.
I'm good.
Jesse, by the way.
Just
That's another. A perfect
No, that's-
example
that's
of
the
how
thing,
EA
like-
is so out of touch because of they hired like 32 actors to play Battlefield 5, was it, or 4? I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
Battlefield. Wasn't it Battlefield 1? No,
Was
it
it
was
1?
where they got. Oh, yeah, I remember that because
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg was playing against freaking like I don't know
Terry
Shaq
Crews?
or something. I don't even remember, but like they were all just like
Terry
it was
Crews
really
was there.
famous, cool people, like cool famous people. They were all playing, and it was like
They
Wow.
had Zac Efron up here who looked like
Yeah.
he did a line of cocaine.
I
Like,
remember
don't know
that.
what he
There
was
was
doing.
yeah. Oh God,
And
that
they're
was so
like, "You're
awkward.
excited to play this, right?" It's like, "Yeah, pumped."
I'm excited to get my check.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Thanks for the $10 million that you could have paid, your voice actors or your animators with, but instead you had to hire this guy. Think
Yeah.
about that. Don't want to give health
Decent
benefits
marketing
to
team.
your QA testers, but we'll pay Snoop Dogg to come play our game for an
Yeah.
hour.
QA gets paid.
Here, $20 million to you,
What's that?
Snoop Dogg. That could have gone for health benefits for our employees, but no, we're not going to.
No, that's not gonna happen.
That's stupid. We'll just fire them when we're done. When the game releases, they're gonna get fired.
Hopefully,
No,
more money for
that sucks. More money for me. Bottom line.
top of the line EA.
Mhm.
I feel like they're doing it the right way this time with Anthem because they're showing all
It might
this
be.
gameplay. And they never do that with any of their games. Really, they'll be like, "Oh, here's a trailer. Here's a what is it? Something that was scripted. They have a scripted gameplay scenario, and then that's what they'll show. But these people are showing in depth. Here's customization. Here's 15 minutes gameplay. Here's 15 minutes of different gameplay for a different thing. Here's some more gameplay for this, and then
Well, I think a great example of a good good thing that EA is doing is having a live stream, and they have a developer and a marketing person on the stream playing the game. Yeah,
Yep.
that's you have a developer and PR. All right,
That's
perfect.
communication.
That's
That's
great
nice. Mhm.
Yep, and then playing the game just for like half an hour. And that's a great way to
Mhm.
do it.
That's all you really need too, because you can be like, wow. I mean, like that always reminds me of. I think again, I'm gonna pick on Ubisoft, but like the Division. That's like the big funny meme is like, or even when they were revealing Rainbow Six Siege, and people are like being all serious, like keep the comms clear. It's like no one fucking says keep the comms clear. It's more like you fucking piece of shit. I'll kick your ass tomorrow. You killed me. Fuck you. No, like no. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. It's so ridiculous, and I don't understand who they think they're fooling. Like,
Whoa, watch your six.
watch your six, gamer. Watch
Hey,
your
Becky.
six, fellow gamer.
some on the south side. Watch your back.
6 o'clock. Take 2 out. We got 2 ops. Go, go, go. It's like shut the fuck up.
Or it's more like a. Oh, they get way too serious, especially in the Division. The Division was
Yeah, they're so
silly.
serious. That game is a goof.
Anthem.
That game is literally like, oh, there's a huge virus, and we're gonna come in, and there's a bunch of gangs in the city. I don't know. The game is it's Watch Dogs is the same way, where it's like, we're gonna take Watch
All
Dogs,
Ubisoft
ultra
games.
serious,
All of
and
them.
epic.
The new Far Cry.
Yeah.
Game
Oh.
of that grip.
Yep.
I
Hopefully
think,
with Division 2, hopefully they don't do the same thing.
hopefully.
You
They
know,
already
and
did.
it's-
So
I was gonna say, I
No.
don't know. They already
Division 2
do.
at E3 they already did the whole gamer comms.
Oh,
it was a
they
little
did,
better,
didn't
but
they?
it was still bad.
They did that with the opening trailer for Anthem 2, and it pissed me
Mhm.
off.
Yeah,
I'm
They
like,
did
God,
that. Yeah, that's true.
I was like, stop! Just stop doing it. Watch, they'll just do it again and again, and you'll just be like, stop.
Gameplay, no voices. That's all we ask for.
Exactly.
Straight
Gameplay.
gameplay.
Yeah, you don't have to
Gameplay.
have
Maybe a guy
voice
saying,
comms.
"See, what I'm doing here is I'm taking my I don't know, my power up, and I'm going here, and this gun is really good against this
Or-
type of enemy in
Yeah,
the
if you're
game."
gonna have someone talk, have a developer talk about what
Exactly.
They're making,
Oh,
what
when
they're
I was
creating.
designing this level, I thought it'd be fun to have this interaction with this weapon and this creature instead of like, all right, watch your six. All right, gamers, we're going in. You got your do, you got your dip. Let's go. It's like, God, that's so cheesy. It's so bad. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
who the heck do they think they're fooling? I guess probably the people they tested the game on, which are 12-year-old, like, little kids who like Fortnite. And they're like, wow, I want a victory royale game in every game. And
Who
they're
likes
like, okay.
Fortnite? Who likes Fortnite?
It's like,
We like
yeah, it's-
Fortnite.
we like Fortnite. But now it's like every you know, like the board. Here's the board meeting at Activision. They're like, you know what's popular with my little nephew? That Fortnite game. Can we put Fortnite into the new games we're playing? Let's put a victory royale Fortnite in our games.
Oh God, yeah.
And that's exactly how it goes.
the
It's
one
just what it
thing-
is. You know, you already know.
So, Aaron, the one thing that got me triggered, I don't know why this just reminded me of it, but when we were in the movie theater watching Glass, you know how, like, those kids were bad and they went home and they were playing video games?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
Was it Fortnite? Was it like?
no, it
They're
was just because
Oh yeah, of
it's
course.
like
They were bad kids.
bad
playing
kids
video games.
are playing shoot 'em up
Right.
video games.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they're playing
And
shoot 'em up
also,
video games.
I forgot. Yeah, that Glass was. Yeah, that was stupid. I know that was dumb. And then when they did the thing, what was that meme guy, the salt guy? That was super cringy.
I'm gonna blow
That's so
assault that guy. And
Mm-mm.
that was
But yeah, where was they? He was like, oh yeah, let's shred the gnar after we beat some homeless guy up. Get
Glass. Hey, just so you know, Glass is a good movie. Watch it.
Yeah.
Don't follow Metacritic. Watch Split, then watch Glass. That's how you do it. Or watch all
Yeah,
of them.
Glass is really good.
I'd
Watch
watch
all three.
Unbreakable first.
Wait,
Yeah,
be
watch-
careful.
watch
That's a bit
Unbreakable
of a
and-
spoiler. It's a bit of a spoiler for Split, though, Dana.
Glass
Okay.
spoils that.
Yeah, I guess it does.
The
you're right.
trailers for Glass spoil it. The movie.
You're
poster
right.
for Glass
You
spoils
got
it.
me. You're right. Also, don't spoil
A week after.
The Sixth Sense, okay?
Whoa! Hey, spoiler alert!
So-
Sorry, can't
2003, by
spoil
the
it.
way.
Yeah, jeez, can't spoil it. No, but I don't know. Yeah, I see. I know exactly what you're saying. We're a video game. He's like, oh, the bad kids are playing video games. Ooh, epic. Yeah, I always love that. Violent, dumb kids play video games. It's like, well, that's awesome.
Guess I do.
Yeah, that's true. I do. I'm a violent, dumb person. But yeah,
Pretty sure.
but I don't know. That's why you see Victory Royale, like not Victory Royale. What is it? Battle Royale games. Oh, and then Call of Duty, and you'll see it. We'll see thousands of Battle Royale games.
Battlefield 5.
This was bubbles make what you say. Thanks.
That was interesting.
Another thing with so
Epic.
something else with where you guys were going with the battle royale thing is that these I don't know if I would say it's developers or if it's the publisher, what company it is, but one of them are taking this premise of a battle royale, shoving it into any game, and then passing it off as like a new innovative sort of thing. Like,
Yep.
we're so inventive.
That's
Mhm.
why I
Like,
hate it.
game. Look how different it is.
Yep.
Like, for some
It's
reason, that's
just-
a valid point for selling
Yeah.
the game.
Well, because I don't understand who else is like, wow, I play Fortnite. You know what I want more of? Battle Royale. Like, don't you get an like? There's, it's going to be oversaturated, just like the open world. But when Minecraft was big, and then you got Minecraft, and then you had Ark, and then you had Rust, and then you had I don't know, however
The
many
open
like
world survival,
open world
genre.
survival crafting sandbox. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
early access.
Like early access. That was like, I mean, they're still going on, but like, I mean, we got that for like 10 years. It felt like
Mhm.
20 millennia, and now I bet you it's the exact same thing with battle royale games. Although I wonder, because I wonder, does Fortnite, is it bigger than Minecraft? Like I don't even know. I don't even
Fortnite?
know, because I feel like it might be more. Maybe I'm more of a
Well, it's hard
elderly
to say
person
because
where it
Fortnite is
annoys me.
free, whereas Minecraft you have to pay for.
Yeah,
So,
that is true.
I feel
So
like
probably
for
Fortnite
us-
is probably more popular.
most
Also,
likely.
it was on mobile way quicker, and the mobile version is free. Also, it annoys me
True.
a lot more. So I find when I'm annoyed at something, it's bad, and you should get rid of it. So delete Fortnite. Hashtag delete Fortnite.
Delete
Please.
Fortnite.
Thank you.
Fortnite literally
No,
has
but-
the best not community, but they have the best like creators, and they just support the game so much. Developers, they support the game so much. It's like I wish that a lot of other games had the same thing that Fortnite has, where they make skins, they have the battle pass, they don't have any other shitty loot box
Yeah.
shit,
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
and they
Is-
constantly update the game. It's like literally
Put in
changing the
new
game
things.
always.
Like,
Yeah.
and the
I mean,
updates, I used to
I
say,
hear-
like,
Like they usually break stuff every time they update, and then they have to fix that, and then something else breaks.
yeah, like they take out guns when they
Cyberpunk,
add new
yeah.
ones in. They're like, oh, it didn't work. We'll take it out. Like, and they update. I used to say I was so jealous of a Fortnite fan because you would just come on and like a crazy new thing would be happening.
Mm.
New stuff would be going on. You'd be playing the game, and during your match, a new event would just change the map while you were playing. Like, I was like, dang, that must be really cool.
But
Yeah.
but I wonder, is that a product of Fortnite being the biggest game, or is that because like if it was smaller, do you think the development process
So-
would be the same, or would it
So
be different?
it's funny because the way Epic Games works, or at least the way it used to work.
Well, I was gonna say
before
because
Fortnite,
Paragon
was
they deleted it. They got rid
Exactly.
of it because it wasn't selling.
everything Epic makes outside of Epic makes the Unreal Engine and they
Yeah.
send it out and people use it and they give them money for that. That's all the money they make. Anything else they do is 100% passion. Like just whatever they want to make, they do it, and then
Like,
that's their side
well,
source. stuff.
Right.
Gears of War
And-
was
Well,
was,
Gears
uh,
is
no passion.
Well, okay, but I wonder. Here's what I'm asking. But okay, so I understand that like right, it's their passion project, but like
and so
Paragon-
Fortnite is that.
But Paragon obviously wasn't profit. Like if Paragon was as big as Fortnite, I feel like the reason Fortnite's it's almost like a. And again, I agree. I think the battle pass is very fair. I really like the continued updates. I think it's probably the most fair way you do a free to play game. It's really it works really well and it's fun to play and it's a good game. But I wonder, like, if it wasn't as successful, if we'd see crappier and crappier business practices, right? Like, because Paragon wasn't successful, so they just kind of.
The way I see it, okay, look, Paragon, they put
it was kind of
so much time and
Yeah.
effort and
Poor
so much development
Ooh.
into Paragon. I was playing it while all these changes, they were trying so hard to make it work, but just, I think once the new year hit, they were like, guys, let's be real. It's not working. We can't,
Yeah.
like, this MOBA, it's not going to work. We've changed every single piece about it, and still,
Yeah.
we're not getting anything.
I
Like,
think
nobody's
sometimes
playing it. The community's dying. Like, it's just
That was
Yeah.
pretty
it had
sad, to be
be
honest.
reasonable. They had to realize this. It doesn't make sense to continue working on this.
Yeah,
And so
definitely
they axed it, and they put those developers on the Fortnite.
on Fortnite. Well,
and
but
the Unreal and stuff.
right, and of course, but so a game does have to still be somewhat profitable, right, for them to.
It just has to show promise that it'll actually work. Like Paragon.
Because Paragon was a mess. Because I think Ryan said Paragon was like its first iteration was the best iteration, and then they fucked everything up. The more they tried to fix it,
So
you know what I mean? Like
was
the
so-
very first game of Paragon I played when it first came out, or was in the beta, it was like super fun. And I was like, the more I played, I was like, wow, I'm not having fun anymore.
yeah. So the thing with Paragon, because I bought into it a long time, and then every time they released an update, I tried playing it. The thing with it is that
V-Bucks.
it changed so much every time the new update came out that it was hard to like say, oh, this was the part I liked, or this was the part I liked, where it was just so different. It was like, well, the map was huge and now it's super small.
Tiny,
and the movement
yeah.
is completely different. Your card system is completely different. You have a new
Mhm.
enchantment system, you have a new item system, you have a new hero system. Like it's just so much that you changed
Yeah.
all at once, and now I don't. Well, what was it that I don't like about this new one? And
Yeah, you're like, well, this
What
is
is
like
going
a
on?
totally different game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get that. Also, the fact that their art style was a complete mess, and whoever was working on Paragon art should be
It-
fired. And never.
they
go on.
definitely had. It was a focus issue. They didn't have any focus in that game. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was like
Also-
four different conflicting art styles.
The hair,
Mhm.
rip haired, by the way. Wasn't the hair in the
It was
anti-aliasing?
It works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Hair works.
They used FX. FX.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Sad.
scuffed. It was a little scuffed.
That is scuff.
That's just Nvidia's freaking anti-aliasing. It's bad.
Yeah, rip. That's a F chat.
Yep.
But man, that's a what?
No, I think
How many?
the card system was good. I feel like, but like the way it was continually implemented from
Yes.
from the first start, it was good, and then they again, I feel like it was just one misstep after the other, after the other, and it was just they could never recover from that. It was kind of a shame because I did like
And-
Paragon too.
They just kept, and what happened was because they made such these huge changes every time, they kept hemorrhaging players every time. They said, "Well, you've changed so much. I don't want to play this anymore." So they would stop, and they would lose players constantly. I remember getting into queue, and it took 52 minutes to freaking find a queue. I was like, "Jesus, what is this?
Yeah, that's
No
crazy.
one's playing." I was like, "Well, okay,
Jesus,
I'm not gonna play because no one's playing."
System
Yeah.
fair.
So I think that's why they thought, okay, there's no reason to support this anymore. No one wants to play it.
Yeah.
It's not
Exactly.
it's not showing any sort of promise. Let's just move it over to Fortnite because that is.
Yeah, I guess I mean it makes sense from a business perspective. So
It
Yeah,
sucks,
just
you know,
interesting.
but-
and I mean to be honest, it's probably better spent in Fortnite because Fortnite obviously
better.
is doing really well.
Yeah.
And it's
3
changed a
billion.
lot of the way video games. Like 3 billion, really?
This is three
Damn.
over like around 3 billion
It was
for
like- Yeah, it was like 2.7 billion profit. And it
now
was
it's
like
just with Fortnite skins.
it was like 1 point something was just the skins or something like that. Like it's
Wow.
ridiculous.
It was literally insane.
insane.
But that's what happens when you make $20 a skin and you have a game that people like
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of trying to charge $20 for skin that no one gives a crap about. But
It was hilarious. Netflix recently made a statement that they're competing more with Fortnite than they are HBO as far as
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
really,
Mhm.
wow,
That's what they
that
said.
is weird. That is weird.
That's
Mhm.
That is interesting. I mean, I guess as it goes on, it's kind of just like, what am I going to do today? Play Fortnite? Or play Netflix? Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird
That's,
world.
that's
we
weird.
live in.
I was gonna say that's kind of a weird crossover of media that I feel like, yeah, I guess that is a thing these days, where you can have
have a Netflix adaptation.
Fortnite. Please stop it!
Yeah.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
They had an NFL and I think a hockey one. Maybe it's not.
And Thanos. Don't forget about
And
Thanos.
Thanos, which maybe will come back for
Epic.
Endgame. That'd be hilarious.
Thanos for Fortnite. They put Thanos in a movie because of Fortnite. God, that's so cool. That's epic.
Thanos
No,
from
but yeah.
Fortnite, by the way.
I hate on
Iron Man
Fortnite a lot.
coming to Fortnite.
When's Iron Man and Spider-Man coming to Fortnite? Can't believe they're making that John Wick movie out of Fortnite. No, I hate on Fortnite a lot, but it's actually a really good. I mean, it's a good game, probably. But the main reason I hate Fortnite is because I hate all the other or even PUBG, because I guess PUBG is the first one. But the fact that like they
Well,
oh my God, my
it goes
cat.
back really far
Minecraft
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
because Battle Royale is straight up
True.
based off the movie.
Oh my. Yeah,
Which inspired
true.
Hunger
Thanks for the follow. Moonlight
inspired
Bay.
Minecraft Hunger Games, which inspired the mod
Epic.
Battle Royale, which inspired
So,
PUBG.
Oh, we got a new
Fortnite.
follower.
Tons
got
of
a
them.
couple.
So
Yeah. I mean, you're right. But the fact that I don't know. Oh, here's
wait,
my-
Aaron,
Mhm.
did you follow the stream just now?
a little while
He
ago, I
did.
did.
You did
Got
because it said so we had a new follow LaBelle and then we have Glacies or
Got
Glace
him. I
is.
followed the
Glace
stream,
is.
boys.
We have
Yeah,
Glace
it's my prank account.
is. Frank account. Okay.
Prank
And
account, by the
then
way.
Moonlight Bay also followed too.
Yeah,
pranked.
Heart in the chat.
pranked.
Yep.
No, but yeah, I don't know. Fortnite's interesting, and it's just weird. But I really hate all the games are gonna get saturated with garbage.
Cat
Battle Royale.
Poggers. Yeah, dude, he has a cat. Thick cat.
Yeah, my big fat cat. He's Cat poggers. I know.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
animals.
sorry. I tried to keep him out of the room, but he's too
Oh.
fat. Go, Cat.
Move
Move
Cam down.
or I can pick Cat up. Oh, I'm so sorry. Cat.
Oh my goodness.
He's a
He's a
big
Do they
big
call
cat.
that a chonker?
Begin.
Right?
Big one. He's a big one.
Chonker.
I think
He's a chonker.
Isn't that what they call
Chonker.
it?
I think to be honest. Oh, he's clawing onto my. Oh my.
Oh my.
To be honest, he's probably bigger than Frey.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna crawl over my
Frey is
keyboard.
pretty
So
small,
I'm
actually.
sorry, everybody, for the unprofessional quality of the cat on the
Dude,
stream.
I opened my door a couple days ago and there's
Begin.
this cat.
Oh,
He was a
trust me, I
chonker.
can't
And he was like, meow. I was like,
He was just
"What?"
a thick cat. Was he gonna
He
bully
was
Frey?
super thick. Joni feeds him like every now and then. I'm like, you can't feed the cat.
Here, look at this, watch this.
Or else he'll
Watch
come
this.
back.
Hey, we
Are we gonna talk about Cyberpunk? Okay.
We want to talk about Cyberpunk?
I do want to talk
Most
about
anticipated
Cyberpunk.
game of 2019.
There we go.
Chonker, go to bed, Chonker.
As we're,
There we go. Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, that is
Yeah.
epic.
Epic.
Dang.
I mean, I'm pretty. This game, obviously.
Wow, you
Very
just a
excited.
CD Projekt Red
Cyberpunk?
fanboy or what? Anything they
I was
make
gonna
is
say-
good? Is that what you're saying, Aaron?
Well, okay, Bungie fan.
Yeah, no, but so CD Projekt Red, obviously, don't give them free pass just because, but they're pretty fair when it comes to. Oh, my cat wants out. I'm gonna let my cat, so you guys can talk about this. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not my fault.
I don't
Oh.
know what he was gonna say, so now I'm just like,
I don't know what he's gonna say there, but I guess we're leading way into freaking Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know when it's. We just still don't know when it's gonna come out, do we? Because it's just gonna release when it's ready. We're not gonna have a
Yep,
date.
that's what
it's
they
gonna
said.
be a boom, boom. They're gonna be like, it's ready. It's gonna be out. Maybe they'll do one of those things where it's like, it's out today, and then it'd be like, ooh.
That would be a bad idea.
That would be a
Where they
really
just
bad idea.
prank you.
That's not a good idea. Dreamcast tried that, and that console failed like 4 months after release. So don't do that.
That's true.
There you go.
But I know they probably
Yeah.
would fail. Even if they did that, it wouldn't fail because everyone's
I
like
mean,
hyped
yeah, it
for
wouldn't fail, but it just wouldn't
Be
make
better.
the sale.
It'd be better
Hype
if they
is a
waited.
crazy marketing factor. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red is probably one of the better publishers out there, for sure. Like the most fair. I mean, the fact that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt with all the DLC is like $20, like it's a pretty huge game, and it's like
I mean,
not
so
bad.
is Skyrim Legendary Edition. It's actually like
Right.
$10.
But how old is The Witcher compared to Skyrim before Skyrim went on sale for $20?
Yeah.
You know, like it is. They're a bit of a better publisher.
I
would
mean,
say,
it
than a
does
lot of
feel
them.
like you can tell the passion that is in a game like The Witcher. Like it feels
Yeah.
like there was a lot of like they like that game.
Mhm.
There's a card
Which is,
game inside of it.
Yeah, you're right. No
Yeah.
big publishers breathing down their necks. That's big part of it. Obviously,
Or, well, they're published by themselves, GOG, which is owned by
right.
which is really weird.
Which
But,
GOG is another great company. I kind of wish I would buy all my games from GOG instead of Steam, just because I think they're a better, more ethical company that I'd rather give my money to. But too bad. I already buy all my games from Steam, and that's
$50.
basically how it is. But yeah, Cyberpunk looks great. Looks amazing. Kind of. I mean, I'm trying to think of a game that I've played. I'm sure there are games in that genre, like the Cyberpunk kind of punk. What's that stupid game where
God,
you have the
it's
freaking
That's good.
Stupid game. Jeez.
no Sunset
Wow.
Overdrive. Okay, I don't know why I think of
Wow.
Sunset Over. I know.
What?
Sorry, Sunset Overdrive is a bad game. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Speaking of good developers, Insomniac is a pretty good developer.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Also-
yeah. So GOG is run by CD Projekt Red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I said it's a weird like thing.
Weird
to have
thing.
with publisher
True.
and developer, like the same
Yeah.
thing.
You're all cyberpunked out, Hunter.
That's true.
Epic
Like,
stuff.
I got a pink lamp in the back.
Oh, you even got your
True.
knife. You got your metallic knife.
Knife.
dang.
And then my backgrounds match my lights. Oh,
You
hell
get
yeah,
stabbed
brother.
some fools.
Dang.
Oh, yeah,
But-
brother.
Another big
Cyberpunk looks
reason
good.
I'm excited for Cyberpunk is because I think of the disappointing cancellation of Prey 2, which is
Oh.
like
A rip.
a dream
Yeah.
game. It's basically the same thing for Cyberpunk. Looks like it.
Sad.
And the
There's-
very different take on Prey from I forget what their name was. The guys who did Dishonored.
Yeah.
The new Prey.
Those are the same guys who did Bioshock. Yeah.
No, it's the guys. I can't remember their name. What's
Really,
the
the
name of that
Dishonored guys
company?
aren't the same. Who did Bioshock?
I don't think they are. Right? Isn't? Look,
No, it's because they're.
We'll figure it out right now, okay? We're
Wow,
fact
okay,
checking.
who, I'm pretty
Fact
sure.
check.
Arcane. That's
Fact check.
Arcane Studios.
Okay.
Who does Bioshock? Danon, look it up for me.
I feel like we should know this.
Wow.
I should.
Isn't that
You have
like-
Google for a reason. Shut your mouth. I'm just kidding.
Wait for it.
Well,
Oh.
it had a bunch of developers, depending on where you're from. But 2K Games, Irrational Games, okay, Irrational Games,
No, 2K.
and Digital Extremes, I'm assuming did the PC port. Probably.
2K. Wow, that's a thick cat. He's a chunky.
Interesting that DE did work on Bioshock.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But
Dude,
Well,
you know, I forgot. I literally forgot, and I just remembered. And I forgot again, but I remember what it looks like. There's another game coming out. There's number 2 of the series. It looks like Mad Max. I forgot the name for some reason.
Number
it
2.
looks like Mad Max.
It looks like Mad Max, and it's coming
Rage
out.
2.
Rage 2. That's what it was.
Rage 2.
Yeah, what do we have? to
Rage 2.
I'm so excited. I like Rage 1.
I'm trying to think. Rage 2. I don't even know. Doesn't even ring a bell. I'm sorry. When we talk Rage 2.
Wow.
Well, Rage 1 was.
Isn't that a
unfortunate
race? It's a racing game, right?
circumstances In which it's
Rage
a
2, the open world.
Mad Max-esque game, which didn't have enough funding, so development had to end early. So there were things cut out.
Wow, that's funny
Because
because
it actually has the development.
What the hell are you guys?
the original who the hell are you guys?
Where's
The original Mad Max, also the movie, didn't have enough funding and was cut short. So, you know,
Mm.
really makes you think. Really makes you think, Dan,
Wow.
that the correlation.
No one
What-
likes Mad Max-esque games, I guess, to give them money. Or Mad
But
Max.
everyone loves Mad Max-esque movies because they're great.
Fury Road was good.
Here we go.
That's true. I don't know.
Anyway, so
We have open
Cyberpunk.
Discord.
Do we have an open Discord? No, we don't.
Or are we?
Not anymore. It's dead.
Is main open Discord or not open Discord?
That's not up to me.
What?
Is main Wolven Bros open Discord or not open Discord?
I'm pretty sure, right? We're just
We're open. We just.
we just have to invite people.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I got it. I'll figure it out.
all right.
All right. Well, I mean, are we winding down a little bit, or do we have more stuff to talk about?
Cyberpunk. There's something else I wanted to bring up.
Well, we still haven't really talked about Cyberpunk. I was just gonna say that what other games that come to mind that are in like the Cyberpunk genre or whatever? Like,
Shadowverse.
oh yeah, okay, never mind. I stand corrected. I was
There's
trying
a
to
lot
think
of
of like,
those.
yeah, there are.
Console.
So yeah, no, you're right. But
Would you
it
count
just,
Deus Ex, Cyberpunk. I feel like that's
Ruiner?
Cyberpunk,
yeah,
right?
no, Deus Ex is
Yeah,
it's,
Ruiner.
it's different. It's more like I don't know. It's like
Post
steampunk kind of. It's sort of more steampunk to me. Well, no, not really. It's not steampunk
I'd
at
say
all.
it's more Cyberpunk than Steam.
It is more cyberpunk, but it's not like cyberpunk in the way. It's not like neon cyberpunk. It's not like a neon, like freaking bright purple, which is what I think of when I think of like
Well, yes, Cyberpunk. I do think of that too. when I
think of like vibrant colors, and Deus Ex is kind of like the golds and the blacks.
What is that?
I don't know. It's
I don't
pretty
know.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
How unprofessional, disgusting.
Hey, my bad. Hey.
No, but yeah, I'm excited, and yeah, I hope there's no. I think Ryan said I really hope there's no like pre-order garbage in
Gaming
Cyberpunk.
and its
need to be,
influence.
but
on
it is
general
CD
public
Projekt Red.
violence. Gaming
I feel like
says. Well, some person said gaming and its influence on general public violence. Go.
Oh,
that's
You
a hot
mean
take
how-
topic.
That is
a
pretty hot take topic. What'd you say
Neox
about that, Aaron?
trolling. What do I say about? So, are you saying that video games are?
What do you think about it? Do you think it does? Do you think it doesn't? What-
No. I mean, well, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, my gut reaction is to say no because, oh god, wasn't there was a study I read like it was a while ago, but like violent people, right, are attracted to do violent things, so they're going to play or consume violent media. Normal people, we all we all enjoy, blowing things up. It's just for some reason it's human nature, right? Like those are fun.
Destroy.
It's just, I mean, what's the difference? I mean, there is a bit of a difference between you watching a movie like a war movie and then you like fighting in the
Playing
war
it,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I do
But
agree.
obviously, if you are well developed and your frontal lobe is all there and you're not a crazy moron or you're not a small child, you can distinguish reality from fiction. So it's not really any difference. I think on young kids, I mean, obviously, but that's up to the parents' discretion or whatever. But like perhaps it's not amazing to always be surrounded by a bunch of violence, but I don't think it causes like, oh, he's gonna grow up to be a monstrous killer because he played Fallout when he was young. No, like that's stupid. It's dumb, and the only reason video games do it now is because there's elderly people in our government who don't understand how.
I think what it is, it's just a cycle that's repeating itself. The same thing happened with Hollywood not too long ago, and right now, video gaming is still in its infancy, so people are going to blame it because humans try to find another reason other than humans just being terrible
Exactly.
for the
That's
cause
true.
of something. So we're just going to say, hey, it's video games because that's the new hot thing right now, and when the next thing comes out, it'll be that.
And but it's always just weird to me though, like the scapegoat thing, because like I feel like doesn't everybody know that? Like to me, this is always a weird question because I feel like this question's been kind of settled. It's like no, video games don't really cause violence, but like I'm always amazed that there'll be some congressperson will be like, we need to be looking at the media our youth consumes. It's like, well, who the fuck are you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, no, that's not in remote keeping with reality or any forms of science. That's stupid, and you're kind of ignoring a lot of things if you believe that. But I'm not saying there's probably a small effect. Like if you might be maybe a more aggressive person if you play aggressive, violent video games, or it could be the fact that aggressive people, like I said before, are drawn to violent forms of entertainment in general. So I don't know, but no, I don't think so.
True.
Yep.
I guess so.
I agree. I think I've said my
Decline
piece.
of Capcom's Breath of Fire franchise. Go, you know what?
That was.
Yeah.
Did they make more than one game? I didn't know there was more than one of those.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think. Breath of Fire. Let's see if I even ever played it.
It's an old RPG, I'm pretty sure, for the
JRPG?
PlayStation.
Oh, wow. Holy moly. I've never played this. So I wouldn't know. I've never played a single one of these. I've heard of it. But
You guys
what
don't
was
know
this on
Breath of
PlayStation?
Fire?
I don't.
Breath of
Stupid congressman, I agree. I don't know Breath of Fire. Sorry, no. Tuniacs. No.
Fire. Tuniacs. I say. I'm fucking figuring this out. My bad.
They don't know. It feels bad, man. I'm sorry.
There we go.
sorry.
I'll send
You gotta
those
go.
up.
Huh? No. I'm
Oh, I
good.
thought.
All right.
Never mind. That's what you said. Shot.
Are there any
No.
other topics?
Yeah. Well, you said there's some you want to talk about, Damon.
I was trying to remember what it was, but now I can't remember what it was. What was it?
Well, you know what we could do.
God, my train of thought is just so bad.
That's why we have the show notes, Damon. Oh wait, we don't have show notes yet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the show notes.
Don't worry.
Yeah, because
we're
it's
gonna
kind of a
start
scam. Don't know if
Next
that
week's
speaks for
podcast-
itself.
It's
Well,
next
true.
Sunday at 6:00. By the way, for all you new viewers tuning in, next week at 6:00. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more professional, organized show.
Well, we were
think it's
supposed
six.
to. We
Oh,
were
I was
gonna
actually
do
gonna
it.
ask if you guys wanted to talk about Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat.
Have you guys seen that new? All the new
Yes.
stuff?
I have not.
I just know the
But-
music for it was pretty shitty.
Well,
Oh no.
yeah, it was bad when it was revealed.
Yes.
But did you guys see?
Isn't there a lot of
newer
DLC?
event that just happened? So there was a big event that sort of revealed some interesting things they're doing with fighting game mechanics. So in a typical fighting game, you're like generic sort of fighting game, you have a meter, right, that you use, that you sort of sap from to enhance your abilities,
Which
to do
I
a mega
think-
ability.
Which I think they made with MK9.
Yes.
Like they started
Um,
with that.
And so now instead they separated it into what are essentially 3 meters. You have your offense, your defense, and your health basically is its own meter. So, and the way it works is if you're going to enhance an offensive move, it uses half of the offense meter. If you use a defense move to like break out of a combo or something, it
Mm.
uses part of that. And then when you get to 30% HP, you can unleash like your super move, like the big, the devastating attack. It's called the Fatal Blow. And so it adds this sort of interesting dynamic when you're fighting someone, in that you can't just rush someone when they're really low on HP, because they can just hit you with that crazy move. So
Right.
like that's sort of, they're trying to make you more cautious. It slows the game down a lot, but I kind of like that instead of how Injustice was, where it was just kind of spammy.
I think the thing I remember most from Mortal Kombat 11, the reveal, is there was a Twitch streamer who was wondering how he could fit the entire collector's edition up his ass. Let me see if I can find the clip. Kind of the best thing I ever watched in my life.
I mean, it's
he's like, oh my god,
Scorpion's entire
how am I
helmet.
gonna fit that up my ass?
Oh my God.
Sorry, but no, that's really interesting. So that's essentially rewriting. I mean, I don't ever play Mortal Kombat. I hardly ever played it, but that's essentially like rewriting a lot of the. I mean, that's just kind of a different take on like the combat, right? Is that gonna? That's like a pretty big leap from just like normal combos, right?
Yeah, because
So
usually
that's-
you just have 1 meter, and now it's very
That's
sort of
interesting.
segmented,
Yeah.
separated.
So is that like? Do you think that's better for the game, or is that like more? Oh, I have to use my big brain, high IQ to freaking figure this shit out, or is it just like dumbing it down? Actually, is it the opposite?
I prefer it personally.
Oh, you prefer? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I wish maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll buy it and see.
I-
And as someone who's never really played any of the Mortal Kombat games,
Yeah, I think it adds. Mortal Kombat has always kind of been user like easy to get into, but like harder to master. At least than other fighting games. So because they always had those like X-ray attacks, which you just press 2 buttons and it does a big attack, but it also sacrifices your entire meter, which can be used to land more complicated
Right.
combos.
right?
And so with this, I think it even separates it more, whereas like now you have your defense, offensive, and super move. So instead, whereas the pros would never use the big X-ray attack because he was usually never very efficient, now the pros can because it's on a separate meter. So if they want to, now you always have that, just in case.
Huh. That is interesting. That is really interesting.
And it's made even better with like the expanded stuff in the MKX, where you can like have more variations, even like ones that you can make yourself. It's like
Yeah, so you can customize
different
your
cosmetic stuff.
fighter, so you can give them certain abilities with certain like items and stuff that other people
Which
might
is
not
the
have.
scary part.
That's definitely just
It
a
is.
move. That's a move in I
Yeah.
think a better direction. Actually, like
Yes.
more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a new. It's probably the
More
shot in the
diverse.
arm that Mortal Kombat probably needs from the old. I mean,
Yeah, they took
how
2
many
years
times has
off.
the system? How many times has the system ever been redesigned? Like when was the last time? When was the last game where there was a real noticeable redesign to like how the game played? Like
With
in
Mortal
your mind.
Kombat or fighting games
Yeah.
in general?
or
Mortal
even
Kombat?
just fighting. So first Mortal Kombat and then maybe fighting
So,
games. Like where
it's
did
very-
you see a break?
It's very interesting. Sort of fighting games have mainly been kind of very similar. You kind of have like your different parts of the fighting game sort of community. You have your anime fighters, which have their own sort of rules that are like, if you're an anime fighter, you do this, you do this, you do that, right? You do
Hmm.
air combos, those kind of things.
And
Jump
then there's
cancels.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yeah. Mortal Kombat, which is like the motions and
So-
everything that you do are very different. Down, down, triangle, back, back, circle. You never see those in like a Street Fighter or something.
Hmm.
Like Street Fighter are more they're more footsie based. So footsies are like you kind of jab once, kick once, you kind of like see what your opponent's gonna do, block theirs, right? It's not
Okay.
like heavy combos.
Right. Okay.
And those are more like Cordal Circle, Dragon Punch, like it's these weird movements. And Mortal Kombat is more simple than that. And with this, the last big change was really with probably the last Mortal Kombat game where they introduced a variation system where each
Yeah.
character had 3 different versions of themselves, and each version had different special moves that you could use. So, because a person mained a character, they could also main any one of those 3 variations or all 3.
Dang.
So,
Okay.
and then with Injustice, they added the like item system, so you could have different items that would change your abilities. It was kind of like an upped up version of the variation, and now in this one, it's like even more advanced. Like there's sockets in all these items that you can add and stuff like
In the
that.
new
And then-
in the
yeah,
new
in the newest
Injustice.
one.
Yeah, that's
They can
Injustice.
socket
Probably
items.
the fighting game I'm most familiar with. It's probably one I
Yeah.
just like, sat down and played like the most of, which is still is probably like maybe an hour in total of like all the fighting game I've ever played. But like So that's interesting though. So like, but is this a pretty good breakaway for like something different? And do you think other fighting games are going to follow suit, or is Mortal Kombat different enough where it won't matter really? Like they're going to kind of go their own way. Maybe Street Fighter picks a different path because they're kind of different. Obviously, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Injustice are different enough that they've been able to capture different audiences, or even the same audience, right? So they're different enough that you will probably buy Injustice and Mortal Kombat and probably Street Fighter because you're interested enough in the different ways they play. Yeah, exactly. So obviously those games are different enough to you as someone who plays fighting games, or Alex, obviously you play fighting games. So they're different enough to you guys where it won't matter. So do you think, would you like to see that kind of stuff in Street Fighter, or do you think it's too different and it wouldn't matter really? Or if it's not even
Street Fighter, I don't think it would fit in a game like Street Fighter. I think it is too... Street Fighter kind of has a interesting sort of simplicity to its combat that doesn't make it... It's fun to watch, right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter? Yeah. Like, because the way it fights, there's like, you can clearly see there's some kind of mind game happening between the two players. Like they're hitting each other and backing off and like waiting for the other person to attack. So there's kind of the simplicity, whereas if you add all this gear onto these characters, now it's just like, well, what does that gear piece mean? What does this piece mean? And so it kind of adds a level of complexity that I don't think fits in a Street Fighter. Whereas Mortal Kombat, you have fatalities, brutalities, babalities, X-rays, brutal. Now they have the brutal move, the fatal blow, crushing blow, like all that stuff. So like Mortal Kombat is more, I think, fits more in with that sort of change. Where Street Fighter is more simple in that you have 2 super moves and a final finisher, and like that's it. So,
okay, yeah. I mean, big question: how's this going to affect Dead or Alive?
6?
No,
what's happening with Dead or Alive 6, man?
I'm interested in.
That game looks amazing, but I don't know what's happening with it. So.
And how does that play? Like, is that just what is that? A Street Fighter ripoff, kind of?
So no, it's like a 3D arena fighter. So that's a whole nother
totally
genre,
different.
like Tekken, Soul Calibur.
Okay, so that's again me showing how
that's another area
totally
of the fighting game community.
Right.
It's different too.
So that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah. So that's an interesting. That's cool though. That they're kind of going in a different direction, revitalizing stuff. I wonder if it's going to be.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And of course, obviously, fighting games probably one of the first things that had an esports scene, like even before, like
had very long
shooters. So I wonder how that's going to affect. Yeah, that RTSs and Quake probably, but like that's interesting.
About For Honor.
Cool.
For Honor.
A new season announced, season 3. That's pretty cool.
I haven't played. For Honor was fun when I first played it, but the peer-to-peer connection issues kind of rude.
I thought they added dedicated servers, and I thought they stopped supporting it, but there's a season 3 coming out, so that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Of For Honor, well, that's cool because I know the guys behind For Honor. I remember them from E3, and they were like the Vikings who were like, "Oh, play our game."
Yeah, unfortunately, he left the team before it released.
Play our game.
Yeah.
He got fired, probably.
He just left.
He's like,
working on
screw
something
this.
else.
He's like, you guys suck. Bye. Fuck you.
Vanderhall was his name. He was pretty cool.
He was cool. He was the only reason I bought the game, and then refunded it immediately.
Oh, true.
Jason Vanderhall. I think that's his name.
Or was it? I don't even remember. Was it free to play?
No, it was. You could.
So I must have been a free to play.
I
think I was a free to play player or something. I don't remember buying it. Yeah.
It's actually really hard to get into fighting games. It like really is.
Yes.
Like especially if you want to learn, because you got to learn the combos and everything, but also the hitting buttons the right way, and also not putting your joystick slightly down more than to the left. And that was kind of like made it really hard for me to play Street Fighter 5. Oh, rip Alex. But for Smash Bros, it's like super. So it's a lot more easy to understand because it's like, okay, you're down smash, push it down, you smash it up, push it up, and if you want to do B downs, B side.
So I think, Hunter, you might like Mortal Kombat more than Street Fighter because Mortal Kombat has, it can have complicated, crazy combos, but only certain characters. Whereas like a special move in Mortal Kombat is backpack circle, forward triangle. Down,
you have to do all that
square.
in order to get that one move.
Well, but it can be it, and most people use controller with Mortal Kombat, not joystick, so it can be a lot easier to pick up. Whereas with like Street Fighter, you might feel like you need a joystick.
Right. Well, I mean, but how long have you been playing fighting games, Dana?
Me?
Yeah.
Not. I've only just started trying to really play them since Fighters came out, but I've always been playing them.
Right. So, like, but that's the thing is, I wonder how much of a like when you're younger, it's easier to like I don't know learn things.
Yeah, of course, it's easier.
But like, and also the longer you play something, the more you're invested in it. Because I feel like it'd be pretty difficult for me to pick up a fighting game and even be remotely. I mean, could probably play through whatever story missions they had there on there, but play it
Play
like
Guilty Gear instead.
Skullgirls.
Skullgirls
is a very cool, fun, aesthetically pleasing game. That has great animation.
Let me
looks
look
awesome.
up Skull.
Great music, and can be fun. And then Guilty Gear is, Guilty Gear is a little complicated, I think, for beginners. Skullgirls is more user friendly, I think, but Guilty Gear has a great tutorial. So if you actually want to learn fighting games, I'd recommend the Guilty Gear tutorial. Teaches you a lot.
Total Biscuit has a WTF is Skullgirls. No.
Yes, he does.
Oh, sad.
That's where I learned about Skullgirls. Was because
I'm sure because he loved fighting games and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's sad. All right. Then I brought the mood
That's
down.
a sad note. Yep.
Well, speaking of
On
sad
that
notes,
note, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, we gotta talk. We gotta finish strong, boys.
what games
Okay,
died in
Sean.
2018?
What games died?
What games died in 2018?
games
Oh yeah,
died?
what games?
Heroes of the
What's
Storm?
the worst game? No, what's the worst?
What's the
shittiest
worst game of 2018?
Atlas.
Oh,
That's pretty damn true. That's pretty easy and
They
pretty
had
damn
to shut
true.
down the servers twice because hackers are spawning in tons of stuff.
yeah.
They shut it down
76.
once, thought they
I know.
fixed it, and guess what? They hacked it again and spawned a million
Fallout 76, Dana. I know.
Fallout 76 being a $60 game?
Remember your canvas. It's going to be
Disappointment.
a canvas game. Okay. It's gonna be
76 is a disappointment.
Go to
Atlas is a
Mixels.
failure. That's how I feel.
Wow, Omega lol.
what?
Wow. It said World of
Conan
Warcraft.
Exiles. Oh, World of Warcraft. Battle for Azeroth. I heard it was
Calling
great at the start, and then it
2.
just became terrible.
No.
Calling 2. Yikes.
That was a failure.
Big failure. Sea of Thieves?
Sea of
Maybe
Thieves.
not Sea of Thieves. Maybe not.
It may be saved. Maybe
It
saved.
may be saved. Maybe saved.
see, isn't
Summit
that-
1G plays it, and it's actually really interesting to watch him play it.
Conan Exiles, was that a failure of a game? Really?
It was really popular on people who played females with no clothes on, so that was good
Oh,
for it,
wow,
I
yeah.
guess.
Well,
Popular.
that's the same reason Rust was good. Well, I also wonder,
Yeah.
like Ark kind of, I feel like got tanked itself with their shitty business
Well,
practices.
I think Ark, yes, it had a really rough start of the year, but then it kind of got better. Near towards
Yeah,
the
but
end of
I
it.
just can't believe people would even. It annoys me that the fact that like the new game they released, was literally a reskin of Ark.
Well, Atlas, I feel like Atlas is a failure.
But
not so
but
much
it's kind of also like it's a disappointment, right? And it's a failure, but it's also like a really shitty thing to do to your community.
It is
Because wasn't it in the game files was like just it was gonna be the Ark, it was gonna be the water world
Yeah.
in Ark, right? And it was like what a shitty, terrible thing to do to your fan base. Like I don't know.
Well, it's
They could have done what they should have done, just sold it as a cheap, like maybe $10,
Expansion?
$20 DLC. Like
Yep.
that would have been the right thing to do if they needed the money, or if they wanted the money, or if their shareholders were like take the money. Instead, how much was it going for? Was it $30 or was it like $60?
I didn't even look at the price.
I don't even know.
The price of what?
The Atlas
Oh,
'Cause-
Atlas?
kind of
It's on sale, I think, but it's got like the worst reviews ever.
right, but like what was? Let me write Atlas real quick.
It's probably like $15, even though it was like
But I
20.
wonder-
They're like $5 off, by the way.
I was just wondering how much it was going for.
So it's not on top sellers anymore.
So right now it's being sold for
It was on
$30.
top sellers at one point.
It was at top sellers for a while.
Really?
Oh my god!
Who was
Yeah.
buying
One of my
that
friends,
game?
one of my friends bought this game.
Yikes!
No,
$40.
Jesus Christ!
Is it
Yeah,
actually
it's too much.
$40?
30. It's too much for that.
It's
Right
30.
now it's 30. Yeah, right now it's 30.
That's a yikes for me, boss.
That's a yikes. Again, maybe
Yeah.
a $20 DLC would have been passable. Like it would have probably still gotten a lot of outrage, but it would have gotten a lot less. Like $20 for DLC because that was literally just going to be an free expansion for Ark, and they're like, let's just pack it up and
Yeah, it was handled incorrectly.
it was
could've
really
been
handled,
fine.
and they
It
could have
could've been like,
communicated.
oh, this is bad. Well, that sucks, but maybe they'll fix it. Now it's just like, what? Who thought this was like? It
I know.
became way bigger because of the way they sold it.
Yeah.
They said it would have 1,200 people on a server. Like what? Or was it
1,200?
12,000? I forget what they said. Something ridiculous.
Holy cow! And then
Yeah.
also,
It's because
you have to go to a certain spot in order to make a boat, and it's like, come on.
yeah,
And also, I
it was
watched
handled poorly.
I watched a highlight where it takes freaking forever to make these big, massive boats. It takes forever to make a little raft, okay? Then it takes forever to make these huge, massive boats. You get a whole community to make this boat, and then someone spawns in a monster, like 3 of these monsters that just destroy boats, and then all their boats just die. That they took like forever to make, hours
Yeah,
upon
well,
hours, and
That's
they're just
how
gone
Ark.
forever.
If you're not familiar with Ark, that's how Ark works. Because I don't know who I was telling the story to, but friend was like, he was hatching a dinosaur and wanted to get a pet dinosaur in Ark, and it took him a month. And then literally the egg hatched and someone killed his dinosaur. So it's like, well, that's a fucking waste of fucking time and effort and
What
life. Holy
sucks is,
shit!
like they have grief protection built into the game, but then it also causes problems because if you start the game now, all the islands are taken over.
right. So,
there's,
there's no
nowhere-
fun.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
I
true.
don't have anywhere to build. I can't do anything. It's like,
Yeah.
well, handle
It's like,
the
listen. Yeah.
You wait 12
Yeah.
hours for hatching.
Yeah. 12 hours for
12 hours.
12
Jesus.
hours.
Like,
Isn't that insane? And then some asshole's just gonna come up and got
That's
him.
not as
When
bad
you-
as Warframe,
it's like,
at least.
wow, I'm
Warframe,
waiting for my 12-hour my
Go away.
egg to hatch. I'm gonna go to work now. And you come back from work. Oh, well,
I'm gonna do my life responsibilities of
I'm
working.
gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm going to go feed myself. Come back to the game. Oh, well,
Oh,
lost all that progress.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
lit-
the thing is like,
It,
I
doesn't
tried
that
to
seem
play Ark.
scummy?
I remember I built a basic house and then like I left and came back and it was just being destroyed by some giant dinosaur and I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I stopped
this
playing.
is
I was like,
awful. Yeah,
I'm tired.
seems like too much
Not
of a
gonna play
time investment. Yep.
Yep.
that's kind of waste of time. I don't like
Waste
those
of
games. There's quite a few of those games. And they're all pretty popular. I just don't see what the big deal is about them and why they are so popular. It's just because it's like, okay, so you grinded and now it's all gone because you just got raided by another faction that has like
Yeah.
40 people, and then they have
They're really
people
popular
from
with
English
streamers.
to everywhere.
Popular with streamers and fans of streamers who want to play with them. And
That's
so
true.
they get mass popularity because of that.
I think that was
Yeah.
the Atlas thing as well. That was definitely an Atlas
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Definitely.
That's
That's kind of
very
upsetting though, but that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, Alice might suck real bad. In fact,
It does.
But also, another
I
game
thought you were
that,
sorry. I thought you meant Anthem. Sorry.
no.
I was like, no, Atlas does suck.
Yeah, Atlas does suck. I'm sorry. I keep getting. I don't know where my brain is right now.
Like,
My brain is dead. No, but
No.
Anyway.
What game were we talking about? We're talking about Atlas. That's the game we're just currently talking about. But also, another game that's coming
Atlas
out.
Just
It's kind of like, well, that was fucking side glocked to my head without looking. It was like a freaking. It's PlanetSide 2. PlanetSide was like PlanetSide Arena, by the way.
Battle Royale.
oh.
Battle Royale PlanetSide. And I was like,
No,
See,
no.
I told you. My nephew Timmy, he likes that Fortnite game. Can you put Fortnite in PlanetSide 2? Is that a thing you can do?
So that-
It makes a lot of money.
As
Timmy
soon-
likes Fortnite.
as soon as I saw that,
those V-Bucks.
the V-Bucks. Well, as soon as I saw, because I was like hyped. I was like, maybe they are coming out with the PlanetSide 3 because they're coming out with the new. They're trying to use what is it? DX. They're trying to use DX11 because they're on DX9 right now. So they're transferring PlanetSide over to DX11. And I was like,
Really?
whoa, maybe they're gonna make
Okay.
PlanetSide 3 and just make that DX11. But then turns out they are using DX11 for the new one, but it's gonna be Battle Royale. But also it was kind of like I looked around and I was like, who the fuck asked for this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Which one of you asked for this? But
Which
also,
one of you?
they're kind of
asked for-
changing it up a little bit because it's not like, oh, it's a battle royale, but it's like PlanetSide. So you have teams, you have the big teams, but it's all like search and destroy, team deathmatch. It's like it's really strange at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Weird.
but I feel like it has a
when does that
possibility.
come out?
I'm not sure when it comes out. I forgot. I don't even think they said. They just released and said, "Hey, we're making this," but they're also trying to get PlanetSide 2 at the same time. So it's kind of weird. So you have veterans with PlanetSide 2, and you want people to play this game as well, and have them both stay up. You can't really.
Yeah.
They're
Split
trying
the
to.
player base.
They're trying to leverage this game so this game will go up, but it feels like they're just gonna kind of like. It's just kind of like be unstable and maybe make it worse at that point. Unless this game's really good, and then maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's like another Fortnite incident.
Or
Or they
cuts
had
off and becomes crazy popular.
they have a
Never know.
PvE, and then the battle royale comes out, and then it's like yeet right into the battle royale, and then it's like, well, see you later, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Even though I think
Yeah.
that won't probably happen because a lot of people like the flight and PlanetSide 2. It's one of their key things, and yeah, I think that's why PlanetSide 2 is not going to die. But I don't know.
I
yet.
mean, it's been around for how many years and it's still not dead, so I don't know if it's going anywhere anytime soon. And if it
Yeah.
does, it'll be a slow, painful death, and we'll feel every shudder and gasp from that wretched carcass before it finally keels over and dies.
yeah, PlanetSide Arena
In a good way. No, in a good way. Like, it'll be fine, you know what I mean? I like
January
PlanetSide.
29th.
I like plants.
Make fun of PlanetSide's death.
No, I'm saying it'll be a long, painful death when it does die. It'll slowly, one day it'll just be like, well, there's literally one player.
It'll live
playing
out its
PlanetSide
life
2.
just like we do. is what you're
Exactly.
saying.
It'll be as old as me, maybe 30.
Maybe 30. Well, he said that it's actually coming out January 29th. What's KH3? I forgot.
Same day as Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3, that's what it was.
I don't think there's much overlap in that player base.
I don't know.
I think that's two separate player bases, so you're going to be perfectly fine at that point. But
That still
it's gonna
seems very soon.
I know that probably Shroud, Dr. Disrespect, all those guys that play Battle Royales are going to hop onto PlanetSide, and then they're going to play it, and if it's good, they'll keep playing it, and if it's bad, they'll stop playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I froze. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I think it'll be interesting, and it might revitalize PlanetSide 2, because I've always enjoyed the concept of PlanetSide 2 is amazing, because like, wow, 2,000 people on the battlefield, but I know if the hardware was there at the time, so sometimes it's just kind of like, well, this sucks.
But also the really interesting thing about PlanetSide 2 is also that it came out so long ago, and when it first came out, the game looked better than games that are made today. It literally looked better than games. It looked better than games that were made today. And now, today, it looks like the game that came out the year it did come out.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that they sacrificed, so they were like, So what it was based on was a beastie-looking game that took a really beefy PC to play. And now...
I remember getting those ads where it's like, you'll need the top-end shit to play PlanetSide 2. I remember those and be like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Gotta play PlanetSide 2.
Wait, is the stream good now? I think it's good now. I think it paused for a minute, and now it's good.
Uh-oh.
Bitrate too high, maybe? I don't know.
Save us, Pepe Hands.
Yeah, Lyric and them as well. Yeah, true. That is true. I don't know what else kind of games, what other games are kind of looking forward to other than Cyberpunk. We haven't really talked about Cyberpunk. We just kind of said it happens.
What are the games are we looking forward to?
Not much to say, honestly.
What is even...
I mean...
We talked about Anthem.
Talked about Anthem. Well, not really in depthly, but we didn't talk about in depthly about
Metro Exodus.
Metro Exodus.
Metro Exodus. That's another game that looks pretty promising. Actually looks amazing.
does.
But the problem
I
is,
probably will not buy it.
yeah, the problem is it comes out the same time as Anthem does. Literally,
Oh,
it's
really?
literally you choose Anthem or you choose this game because they're both $60.
Single player or multiplayer? What do you want?
For most people, I mean, some people buy. I mean, especially,
Might buy
I was gonna
both.
say, to be
Yeah.
honest, me being me, I'd probably go for Metro. To be honest, if I'm gonna buy one, I prefer single player to multiplayer most days. But the only reason is I also like the Metro series, like Metro Last Light, very good. Metro
Me too.
2033, really spooky, very good games. The books are really interesting, although the books are kind of way different from the games. But I like the there's what is that genre where it's like Stalker and Metro. It's the I'm in Russia and bad shit's happening kind of game. There's like that's the genre, and I don't know. I think they're done
Metro
really
is
well.
being made
They're
by
very
Sony players.
atmospheric,
Here,
so
one
that would be
sec.
something to look forward to.
I guess the stream's stuttering right now. I'm not sure.
Well, we want to
Well, do we want to just
wrap it up.
wrap it up then?
wrap it up now,
We're
or
stuttering at this point.
I mean, we've been talking for a couple hours, so before we run out of
freezes
steam.
randomly?
Let's freeze. Let's end on a high note, okay?
But it's still stuttering. You want me to end the stream and restart it really quick?
But then it's
Yeah.
gonna be a hassle to upload if you want to upload it to YouTube or anything.
We'll see. We might keep this VOD on Twitter. Who knows? What do you want? Well, I think we kind of want to upload to YouTube. I don't know.
It'd be easier if you keep it as a.
That's
One button.
true. Here, let me just do something
By the
really quick.
way, I've had a lot of technical difficulties considering.
Oh yeah, the
long till
the
today.
snow expansion from
Yeah.
the winter. Now and that isn't till like the end of this year though, so that's a ways away.
I think it's good now.
Okay. We're gonna sign off, boys.
The drop frames keeps going up, so it's gonna have to be restarted in order for it to fix.
Whoa! No dropped frames. This is not that
Yeah.
That's not that
copyright
podcast.
infringement.
We should just end it then.
You might want to end it
Okay.
on a good high note. I think this is so. Tune in next week on Sunday at 6:00 if you want more of this. We're gonna maybe be a little bit more prepared. We
think
won't
it
always
should be
talk about
7.
video.
I think it should be
7.
7.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So never mind. Sunday at 7:00.
All right.
And for some lobby talk goodness, we'll talk. We mostly will probably talk about video games, but there might be occasions where we'll talk about movies or other weird stuff. You know, it's not always a sure thing, but we'll come with a list of entertaining topics and hopefully entertain all you guys with our faces and voices and ideas.
If we have topics next time, then we'll be probably pretty smoother than it was this time. But it was actually pretty decent. This is
Yeah,
a
it
really, really
wasn't
good
bad,
podcast. Especially
It
for not
wasn't
having
bad.
anything. It was like
Not
really
really
good.
for kind of bullshitting the whole time, so that was bad. So
Yep.
imagine
Yeah.
it's gonna be like when we actually have material prepared. That'll
know,
be
right?
fascinating. That'll be weird. I don't really know how to act like that because I'm never prepared. All right. Well, I'm
All
gonna
right.